What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Prince Lightning, and this is... She also goes by Big Daddy.
Let's talk about Riverdale.
So, I believe it's been long enough since Riverdale Season 2 has passed, and I think it's time that we reflect upon what has happened to our baby Archiekins and Veronicans. Spoiler alert.
We're doing... Okay,
there's going to be spoilers.
So if you don't want to hear it...
So if you ain't finished with the show...
Don't listen.
Don't listen. And if you do, listen to your own risk. Because Big Daddy over here be spoiling her animes that way.
So... What does that mean? What you mean?
What do you mean?
Veronica and Archie...
I mean, that's my opinion, you know. I think Archiekins was done dirty at the end.
So you think that her relationship with him is over?
No, I don't think. I mean, listen, I think Archie and Veronica. No, they did break up sometime in that season. Well, I thought they were the most stable. Or like when it comes down to shows, I think this was the only show I've seen in a minute that has the.
I actually disagree with that.
Has the couple start out and end off the season together. Because I think even 13 Reasons, we started with. Also, spoiler for 13 Reasons, and they might haven't seen it, but like we started off with Chase and Blondie.
Chase?
Wow, Chad. Oh,
Clay?
I'm sorry, I missed Sui 101, guys.
I was like, who are you talking about?
Clay and what's her name?
Hannah?
No, Blondie. Sky.
They weren't together.
They started off together in season 2.
Oh, season 2.
But then, that relationship only lasts like maybe 2 episodes, I think. But like, and then we don't see Clay and Sky together anymore. So Zoe and Chase were the best relationship ever, guys.
Oh, let's go back to the beginning. I actually love Jughead and Betty more than Archie and Veronica. And wait, let me explain why. I do not agree all of the necessary sort of arguments that they were having, but I feel like they are way more honest because you saw Archie trying to hide a lot of things from Veronica, and obviously he was doing it for her benefit. But I would rather have it be like Jughead and Betty coming to each other.
I'm going to cut you off for a second and just say that's a bias.
That is biased because Betty
has hid stuff from
Jughead,
as well as Jughead hiding stuff from Betty Petty, because Jughead was going to join a Serpent without even telling Petty, and Betty was doing all this dirty work. No, she was doing all this dirty work from the Masked Man, right. And didn't even tell Jughead. So they have their baggage too, and I think there's still some stuff that has not came out to light.
Right, but I feel like there's too much secrecy though with Archie and Veronica. I'm not saying that doesn't exist for Betty and Jughead. It doesn't exist,
but I think all the secrets are kind of out the window at one point or the other. Right. Like, eventually, Archie and Veronica told each other what happens. And the crazy thing is, when it came out to Betty and Jughead, they learned from other people. Like, Cheryl was the one who told Jughead that Betty kissed Archie. When Archie went to Veronica himself and told Veronica. Archie was the one who told Betty about Jughead joining the Serpent. When Archie was going through his little crazy psychoness, he told Veronica he has a gun, he's going to do this and the other.
Here's the thing. I just feel like they have a more authentic relationship. Like, to me, it looks authentic more than Archie and Veronica. I can't see them lasting.
I'll agree Betty and Jughead has this relationship where they talk each other issues, where Veronica and Archie, the way they resolve it is through sex, which I think was brought up sometime in that season where they were locked up in the whatever. They were isolated from the world, and I think Betty brought that up, but that's not the point. My point is...
Jughead was hitting it. Jughead was clapping the cheeks.
Listen, when Betty finally lost her virginity to Jughead, I think we all clapped.
That was a beautiful moment. They loved each other. They love each other.
Now, we need to talk about how Sarah left Ethan to come join Riverdale.
Sarah left Ethan? Is that my Babysitter's a Vampire?
To those of y'all who watches My Babysitter's a Vampire will understand what I mean.
Vanessa Morgan.
No, not Sarah. Her name was Sarah in the Vampire show.
Tori.
She left. Now she pulled a Stefan. She left whatever village was in
The show.
within my baby sister's a vampire. Changed her name to Tony, became a serpent, and is now living a life of a teenage child. Like she wasn't a bloodsucker a couple years ago.
Did Stefan change his name when he moved? I don't think so.
Spoiler for Vampire Diaries. Stefan did. I think he was frat. I don't know. It started with an F.
Fred. No, maybe.
No, I could be wrong. Maybe it didn't start with F. He did change his name. I don't remember what his name was. I know when Caroline came, she put that older shit. So to anybody who's seen season 5 of Originals, please let me know in my DMs how you guys felt. Big Daddy over here didn't see it yet.
I'm on it.
No, she didn't. No, she not.
I'll get there.
No, she not.
That's funny.
But let's back to Riverdale. Who's the more dynamic character between Betty and Veronica?
Betty. I say that because I identify with Betty. I identify with. I don't think I'm as preppy or as innocent as her, but I definitely.
Betty innocent?
She's preppier than Veronica. Veronica's edgier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by
No,
innocent.
I think Betty got some edge to her this season.
This season, yeah. But I identify with that. I identify with sort of being, I guess, a good girl next door.
Good girl, like you're giving Betty too much credit here.
But I'm not speaking just of this season. I'm speaking of her character in general, her character development as a whole, her coming into her sexuality.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Betty experimented, okay? But like I think Betty kind of fake.
How? I don't
because
think
she's just like
I think
Veronica comes clean. Veronica's honest, and Veronica, does things based on her belief.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll come out and say it like, I did this because I believe in that, and I don't care what you say about it. Betty would be like, you can't do this, you can't do that, but it's okay if I do it.
When?
Plenty of times.
When? Start naming them.
Let's talk about when.
Hold on. There's actually one moment that I agree with that, but I can't think of what moment that was. What did Betty do? Say it happened when they were at Veronica's family's house, and all four of them were together. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was because she kissed Archie, maybe.
Well, when she kissed Archie,
it was. I think Veronica brought up something and called Betty a hypocrite, and I couldn't remember exactly what it was she said.
I can't remember either, and I can't remember a lot of details from season 1. I might have to watch that to let you guys know. But then once the next time we're gonna bring this up in the talk. But yeah, I think Veronica's more of a dynamic character. She has more dimensions to her than Betty.
And what's it, because of her family or because of?
Oh wait, no. We didn't even stop. We were branching out. Or I mean, I'm coming back to the main point. But you asked me why do I think Betty is fake? Well, let's talk about it. There was a time where she had came at Veronica a couple of times for like outing people in public, saying it's not right, and then turns around and blasts Veronica in public, which was kind of wrong of her. She could have did it in private. I mean, she doesn't even apologize in public. She waits till Veronica's alone to apologize. Now,
I'm kind of iffy on details. I know what you're talking about.
I'm a believer in, like, if you're gonna
you better teach it.
No, if you diss someone in public, you should apologize in public. Same way if you diss them in private, you should apologize in private.
You really believe that?
Yes, because why make them look like shit in front of everybody and then like apologize when nobody's looking?
Well, you have more of a chance to actually sit down with someone in private and actually talk about what you did rather than just airing out every detail that followed.
Yes, but Betty never took Veronica one-on-one. Every time she called Veronica out, it was in public.
Can I pause for a second?
3 times. Yeah, you can pause.
No, keep going.
I think she called Veronica out 3 times in the season in public in front of a lot of people.
Who's the most dynamic character? Reggie. Let me stop.
Let's talk about it. Reggie went from a whole.
Reggie
He did
was
some
a whole
plastic
different
surgery.
person.
He did plastic surgery. He looked like Reggie from 13. What's the fuck is his name?
Zach.
He went from looking like Zach to looking like Jackie Chan, 20 years younger, a little bit taller, and maybe a bit muscular.
That shit with Cheryl being gay or bisexual, I don't know which one she is. That came out of nowhere. That was a surprise.
Actually, no. I think it was hinted plenty of times. Like when she saw Veronica and Betty kiss in season 1, she wasn't like a whole shock face. She was like into it, kind of. Yeah. So
but
like
I didn't really overthink it because I feel like I would look the same way.
Or you'd be into 2 girls kissing in front of you?
I wouldn't be into it, but I wouldn't necessarily be fazed by it either.
I mean, I think someone like you would be a little shocked. You know, there's a Tumblr girl right now, like, that's in Big Daddy's DMs. We don't know how she looks like right now. We'll let you know if she's pretty or not, and like whenever she answers. There's a million people in people Tumblr's DM.
There's a million Tays in New York City, in the Bronx.
Nah, because I told you to tell her your name is Tati, and you could tell her my name is Jay.
You said it after the fact that I had already replied.
I replied right after you asked me.
I wasn't already in the app. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was like, she asked me for a name. I'm like, tell her your name is Tati. Back to Riverdale.
But yeah, I feel like Cheryl was... First of all, she was a bitch in season 1. Her parents were like neglective in a way.
I love Cheryl.
And then the end, that's setting the house on fire. That was some white people shit, first of all.
I'll go on a more realistic route. I think Cheryl might be the most dynamic character. Like, did you see her Katniss evolution at the last season? Like
she became more emotional. She started opening up.
My girl was holding archers, arrows, and she was shooting arrows like an archer.
She was on her Robin Hood.
All right, I love that cloak she had on too. Somebody find me that cloak on Amazon.
But yeah, like I would give it to Cheryl. Guy wise,
Archie is bland. I don't think Archie grew much.
I don't think Jughead did either.
I mean, Jughead was always emotionally unstable. Jughead reminds me of like a Sasuke kind of character.
Someone who dies. Well,
listen, we all thought Jughead was gonna kick the bucket.
I don't know what you're talking about. I knew it was a dream.
Yeah, okay. This girl texted me emotional, like, oh my god, Jughead is not moving, what's happening? Oh my god.
I saw the 2 sword, I was like, no.
Nah, I thought my soul was dead too, I'm not gonna lie.
FP, maybe, but FP wasn't even fully there.
I don't think FP changed either. Like, when he was introduced, he always struck me as like a pussy, kinda, to be honest.
Fred, maybe?
Fred, no, he was the same character as well.
Hiram does not change.
Hiram doesn't change. Veronica Moms gets me tight at times, but
her mom is annoying.
I guess she fixed everything in the end. Or am I bugging? Maybe, I don't know. Let me see. Guy wise, yeah, I guess we'll stick with Reggie. He did have the biggest character development ever.
What's his name?
Gay guy? Josh. No,
Josh.
That's not his name.
Is it Kev?
Kevin.
Kev. He kind of. He wasn't that big of a
No. Oh no, that's a girl.
Who are you gonna say?
Josie.
Wow.
I love Josie, guys. Black
people don't
crack.
Black people don't age.
Black don't crack. I think I just started saying that like a week ago, but still. So I guess we're in agreement that Reggie and Kev ties up for most dynamic character.
Reggie? Who the fuck said anything about Reggie?
Listen, Reggie had the biggest character development of all time.
Physically does not count. Emotionally, he was not even there half of the time.
Reggie was such a weird character.
Couldn't it kind of be...
You're gonna have to come closer.
Your father.
Like, who father?
Betty's father. That's it.
Betty's father had a weird character development.
Son was killing people.
I don't know. My son was weird.
Wait, I think Kev maybe.
Betty's father was like the weird. Betty's father would probably. It's not even a twist because I kind of figured it was a Black Hood on episode 2.
That's a lie.
I did. I'm the one who called it out, and he was like, "But his eyes aren't green." And I'm like, "Fine, I guess it's not." I said he's one of my suspects. Then I said it was a janitor, but then the janitor died. But technically, janitor was at one point. But technically, I was right too.
I didn't know until closer to the end, but I did. I don't know. There was I don't remember the exact scene, but I remember just like kind of having a hint before it was even brought up.
Yeah.
First of all, he was living with his cousin, having sex with his cousin, which is just as crazy as his daughter having sex with her cousin.
His daughter had sex with her cousin?
And then was absent. Jason.
Oh, but Jason's not his. Oh, shit.
They all related on the father's side.
You're right. I think Polly's going to be like the main antagonist in the next season. I don't know, something about Polly does not stem right to me. And I
really want to know how she just had babies and then up and left her family, even though her mom is not easy to deal with. That's a little odd.
Nah, I agree with the concept. I will leave two of my family was dysfunctional.
Let's have this conversation.
Come on.
First of all, I dead shit Betty's mom and Effie.
They had a child together. And Betty's mom killed it. What's her name?
No,
Candace?
she did not.
Ariel, Candace, Alice. Ariel. Ariel's a nice name. My fourth daughter. What's her name? This is my daughter's name. We got Kyrie, we got Elena, we got Katarina, and now we got Ariel.
You want to give one of those names as a middle name, maybe?
Well, if I only have one daughter, then they're having all 4 names.
No, but I mean like, not Katarina. Kyrie. What would be?
Kyrie, Katarina, Petrova, Del Valle.
You not put Petrova in there.
I'm putting Petrova in it.
Katarina. I said this before. I think I've been saying since like middle school. I love the name Spencer. And I feel like if I had a daughter, I would name her Spencer. You know,
Spencer kidnapped Megan and like made her change her name to Carly and like killed off Drake and Josh.
I also liked Alicia. I would maybe give her that for the middle name.
Alicia Fox. Alexa Bliss, if you ever hear this, please come to New York. What are your predictions for season 3 of Riverdale?
You know what I just noticed? We already started talking about it before, so there's no need to say spoiler alert. 13 Reasons. Clay had a gun, so he has a possibility of getting arrested. Archie got arrested. There's supposed to be some intense seasons coming up.
Right?
I don't think Archie is gonna... He's arrested, so obviously there's something going on. I think Hiram is gonna put him into some shit that's gonna go overboard.
I think this is going to make or break Veronica and Archie.
I agree with that.
And I also believe when all is said and done, Jughead will be with Veronica and Betty will be with Archie.
No, I don't agree with that.
When all is said and done, like
really
it's probably going to take 10 seasons, but it's going to happen that way. Really or maybe one of them would end up dead, and I think Jughead will be the one who ends up dead.
Do you really believe that though? That
yeah.
they will? Why?
Just because there's been too many hints thrown. I mean, you don't watch shows as closely as I do, so you won't catch some of the hints. So, like we had the little moment. We had the little moment with Archie and Betty in the car, and I think it was Archie who was like looking at Betty, and she was across the room when he just broke up.
They lived next to each other.
Yeah, but he was looking at her differently. I think there was a voiceover in the narrator, and he's like, "Well, I think this was the first time I finally noticed Betty like this in a long time." Whatnot. Then there was that thing in season 1. You know, they still have unfinished business together, so
I feel like
I strongly believe, if anything, Archie and Betty will end up back together. I don't know about Jughead and Veronica, but the hints are thrown that they actually.
I think Jughead and
they
Betty
actually
will
make
stay together. I don't think Archie and what was the black chick that he dated? Not Josie. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She came back around. I could see that.
She's been back.
I could also see him falling for someone else.
Josie,
new.
Archie and Josie. No.
Imagine Cheryl.
Archie and Cheryl. I can see that
Redheads.
though. I can see that though.
I could see that. A threesome maybe.
And Cheryl still has some unfinished feelings for Archie too. Or Josie, you know, or
Is
Josie
that why
and
she went bi or gay?
Josie and Cheryl.
I think Josie was a little bit freaked out when her mom brought those booklets of arts.
I mean, Josie's kind of homophobic at this point, but maybe it'll come through. No. Josie was freaked out not because Cheryl was gay, but Cheryl threw all those death threats at her.
I also I think what will happen in season 3 is Hiram is gonna do something to Fred, and that is gonna be the catalyst of what happens between Archie and Veronica. Because Archie will not put any woman over his father. We know this.
I mean, listen, I think Jughead said it best. All we need is a spark.
Let it go.
Because he's like, we're best friends and we're dating each other's. No, what he said, we're best friends. No, he said Betty and Veronica are best friend. Me and you are best friends. Our best friends are dating each other's best friends. And he's like, and then we have our parents who are all in different sides. All we need is one spark, and this friendship is going down. And listen, we thought Jughead was just foreshadowing that season, which almost happened, but like nothing has happened yet.
You know what I really do enjoy about it is the 3rd season, if I'm not mistaken, comes out in October or starts.
Or around there, yeah.
They are very like by the time it reaches Netflix, they're already like halfway done shooting the next season.
Yeah.
And it's always fast. I don't think Betty and Archie would be together for one. Her father tried to kill his father. And even though he does not hold that against Betty, there is some unresolved feelings there, definitely. When his father was in the hospital, Archie was staying up all night by the door with the bat.
I think we're done with everything we have to say about Riverdale.
Who's the most useless character on the show?
Guys, you have to understand, I don't like Betty's character at all. She loves Betty, so everything's gonna be biased for Betty's. Like, well, I dislike Betty, so everything's gonna be biased against her.
I would actually rewatch that, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed both seasons front to back.
Riverdale's not something I would rewatch like that. Originals, Vampire Diaries, yeah. I can't count how many times I've rewatched Originals. I think Original is original for a show. No puns intended.
I would rewatch.
It's just a shame how we get Hope as a character. Like, I think Hope ruins everything for me.
Don't tell me.
I'm not telling you. Nobody spoils this in the comments. By the way, this show is called I Lightning. You know, like iCarly. We don't have a name for the show yet.
Maybe I Lightning.
I Lightning. Has a ring. It has a kind of nice ring to it. Not like iCarly. iCarly has a better ring to it, but like nobody over here is named Carly.
Does it have a ring to it because we grew up on it and we were just told it called that?
iCarly?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been cool if it was called iCarly and Sam?
Nah. Sam and Cat.
Sam. I didn't like Sam and Cat.
What was
I liked Sam. No, I think Sam kind of like chowed down a bit.
I didn't like
Sam and Cat.
I didn't like either one of them.
I think Cat got more annoying too.
Yes.
How's everyone doing? Alright, see you guys next time.